the honey ant colony begins to gather its forces for an inevitable battle.
Two sides observe each other, measuring their strength before the clash. But unlike previous times, this colony exceeds all expectations.
Before laying eggs, she must perform all the excavation work alone.
A second queen joins, accelerating the progress of the tunnel digging. Then, a third queen appears, and the nest shape begins to form. As they dig deeper, they stop to gather in their small chamber. In this tiny space, 10 queens have gathered to start their colony. The queens begin to lay their first batch of eggs together. Due to food shortages, the number of eggs is strictly controlled. The abundance of queens makes the foundation of the colony very strong. The first worker is born, becoming a loyal servant to the queens. It begins caring for the queens and protecting the developing eggs. Food is scarce, so the worker must venture out to forage.
The distance to water is hundreds of meters, a difficult journey.
The worker does not know the dangers lurking in the desert. A predator is waiting, hidden beneath the surface of the sand. It uses its mouth to grind the soil and create a trap. The worker accidentally falls into the trap, losing its balance. The predator injects venom, paralyzing the prey instantly. It then drains the fluids from the body of the ant. Underground, the queens are starving and need food to survive. Their only hope lies in the workers foraging for food. Under the scorching sun, the worker searches for every morsel. Everything is brought back to serve the queen and colony. A conflict arises between the queens as resources become scarce. It is impossible to feed so many queens at once. The weaker queens are eliminated and fed to the larvae. Only the strongest queens survive, but only for a while. The kingdom only allows one queen to rule the colony. Day by day, the population grows, revealing the dark secrets. They discover another ant colony nearby, and war breaks out. Thanks to their numbers, they quickly gain the upper hand. The desert ants cannot resist the collective strength of the colony. The honey ants spray formic acid, destroying the enemy. Within an hour, the entire desert ant colony is destroyed. This victory allows the colony to store large amounts of food. When winter comes, the ants cannot go out to forage. They stay in the warm nest to survive the cold season. The queen stops laying eggs, but the care continues. Spring arrives, changing the appearance of the desert hills. The ants begin to leave the nest to find food. This is the busiest time of the year for the colony. They collect nectar, storing it in their abdomens. The ants do not kill the aphids, but protect them. The ants stroke the aphids to get sweet nectar. The queen lays larger eggs to become storage ants. The workers bring nectar to the storage ants. They hang from the ceiling, waiting for the dry season. They share their stored food with the rest of the colony. The number of ants has reached about 1,000. Some queens become lazy, reducing their egg production. In this kingdom, every individual must be industrious. The lazy ones are removed without any mercy. Another purge begins, and the cycle continues. Once marked as lazy, death is the only outcome. As summer arrives, the heat burns the ground. The workers must work harder to satisfy the queen.
They secrete chemicals to make the acorns swell.
They collect the sugar-rich liquid from the acorn. With abundant food, the queen's appetite increases. The queen sends scouts to find other ant colonies. Once a target is found, the workers attack.
The weak colonies are the primary targets.
Many eggs are taken to provide energy for the colony. The storage ants are the main target of the attack. The nectar smell drives the honey ants into a frenzy. War is a quick way to gain resources. They cut the body, keeping the nectar-filled abdomen. They feed the nectar to their own storage ants. A battle brings a large harvest to the kingdom. 4 years pass,
and the kingdom becomes a powerhouse.
The population grows to 20,000 individuals.
Inside, it is cool and comfortable despite the heat. But this environment attracts unwanted intruders. The workers attack the beetle with formic acid. The beetle's armor protects it from the acid.
It feeds on the larvae, waiting to grow.
The queen lays one egg every hour. Time passes, and the kingdom enters its 6th year.
The queen lays high-quality eggs to produce winged ants.
When the weather is right, they participate in a mating flight.
The appearance of winged ants signals a major change.
After the rain, the workers clean the nest. The winged ants finally begin their mating flight. The mating flight opens a dream of a new kingdom.